Alrighty guys, we're back for some exactly two-color Jank, and this is a March of the Machine, the Aftermath Standard Brew. We're gonna go over the deck, then hop right into some ranked, but first things first, for anyone who may not know, I'm Red Cat and I play aggro decks and any decks with red in them as well, so I hope that sounds fun to you. Also, we do got that Discord link down in the description if you're interested in joining that up. Okay, what do we got in the build here? This one's based around Niv-Mizzet Supreme as well as Invasion of Ravnica, which reminds me, guys, this was actually a suggestion down in the comments, or more so a challenge down in the comments. So thank you so much for the challenge. It's gonna be a fun one. So what do these cards do? Niv-Mizzet Supreme is a 5-mana 5/5 legendary creature, dragon avatar. It has flying and hexproof from monocolored, which seems pretty good, man. Each instant and sorcery card in your graveyard that's exactly two colors has Jumpstart. So what does Jumpstart do? You may cast this card from your graveyard by discarding a card in addition to paying its other costs, then exile this card. Okay, so we have some instants and sorceries in here to work with Niv-Mizzet. We'll go over those in just a second, though. Invasion of Ravnica is a 5-mana battle siege with 4 loyalty counters, so it's not too hard to flip, hopefully. When Invasion of Ravnica enters the battlefield, exile target non-land permanent an opponent controls that isn't exactly two colors. So that hits a lot of stuff, man. Outside of Blood Tithe Harvester and maybe like Calyx from Selesnya Enchantments, I can't think of too much that it doesn't hit, but I don't know. Maybe we'll see more in some games today. What it does transforms into Guildpact Paragon, which is a 5/5 artifact creature. Whenever you cast a spell that's exactly two colors, look at the top 6 cards of your library. That's a lot of cards. You may reveal a card that's exactly two colors from among them, put it into your hand, and then put the rest on the bottom of your library in a random order. So once Paragon hits the table, it's going to have a huge target on its back. At least it's an artifact creature, so Go for the Throat doesn't hit it, right? That's kind of floating about everywhere still, so at least it has that going for it. But man, this is going to keep your hand nice and stocked up because we have a lot of stuff in here that's exactly two colors. So yeah, let's go over them, huh? We got 4 Faithful Mending in here. It's a 2-mana instant speed. It does have flashback for 1, a white and a blue. So you gain 2 life, draw 2 cards, then discard 2 cards. I think this card's going to be excellent in here. Now, it already has flashback, so you're not going to be using the Jumpstart on Niv-Mizzet too often with the Faithful Mending. Although it would cost 1 mana less, you still have to pay the discard cost with the Niv-Mizzet. But that's fine. I still think it's going to be an excellent one in here, and it's exactly 2 colors, so it's going to work well with the Invasion of Ravnica, and yeah, pretty much everything else in here too. Honestly, discarding 2 cards in a deck like this is pretty solid because over here on the top end, we do have Invasion of Tolvada as well, which of course is exactly 2 colors. So it's a 5 mana, 5 loyalty, battle siege. 5 loyalty, wait a minute, 5 defense counters. Did I say loyalty for the Invasion of Ravnica too? That's pretty funny, man. I actually don't know. Anyways, yeah, it's defense counters, not loyalty counters. Either way, when Invasion of Tolvada enters the battlefield, return target non-battle permanent card from your graveyard to the battlefield. Nice, dude. And with Invasion of Tolvada, yeah, bringing back stuff that you're dropping with the Faithful Mending seems pretty solid. And if you're not needing to mana fix or not finding your mana fixers to cast out Niv-Mizzet, it's totally fine to send this to the grave. You're going to be drawing a lot with this deck anyways, so finding Invasion of Tolvada could be easier than finding the mana you need sometimes. We also have some more top-end stuff to grab back with Invasion of Tolvada. Kaya Intangible Slayer is a 7-mana, 6 loyalty planeswalker. It has hexproof, which is pretty insane. It's got a +2 here. Each opponent loses 3 life and you gain 3 life. All the life gain packed into this build is going to be super important, guys. Even the top end ones. So the 0 here is you draw 2 cards, then each opponent may scry 1. Okay. It's got a -3. Exile target creature or enchantment. If it wasn't an aura, create a token that's a copy of it, except it's a 1/1 white spirit creature with flying in addition to its other types. This is like a pretty powerful planeswalker. Now, 7 mana is a lot of mana, but like I said, maybe we can cheat it out with Invasion of Tolvada. Also, games are probably going to go a little bit longer in a deck like this. I don't think it's going to be impossible just to outright cast this out, especially when we do have a little bit of ramp in here between a couple Celestus and an Honored Heirloom as well. So Honored Heirloom is one we don't get to see too often. It's a 3 mana artifact. You tap it, add 1 mana of any color. Then the bottom ability is you pay 2, tap it, exile target card from a graveyard. I have been running into a little bit of Reanimator, whether it's, what do we see, guys? I see Breach the Multiverse. Well, unfortunately, Honored Heirloom might not do too much against Breach the Multiverse. We obviously see a lot of Atali and Atraxa builds and stuff like that, so we'll see if this one-of is actually worth it here. Now, a couple Celestus I think is totally worth it. Worst comes to worst, now it is a legendary artifact, so you can't have them both down. Worst comes to worst, you just discard the other one to its own effect, right? So, or you could discard the other one to like a Faithful Mending ability, or Tainted Indulgence here too. It's a 2 mana instant speed rocking Dimir colors up there. Draw 2 cards, then discard a card unless there are 5 or more mana values among cards in your graveyard. Honestly, that's not going to be too hard to do in a deck like this either, since we're discarding a lot anyways. So this might just end up being a 2 mana draw 2, which is pretty disgusting. And then since it's exactly 2 colors, maybe you're drawing 2 and you're getting that extra card off of Paragon or something, huh? Okay, Raff, Weatherlight Stalwart is a 2 mana 1/3 legendary creature. Whenever you cast an instant or sorcery spell, you may tap 2 untapped creatures you control. If you do, draw a card. Okay, well, there's not too many creatures packed in here, but I chose Raff because we also are playing Exotic Pets, which is a 3 mana instant speed. Create 2 1/1 blue fish creature tokens with this creature can't be blocked. Then, for each kind of counter among creatures you control, put a counter of that kind on either of those tokens. So we're not worried about that bottom ability. We're really just worried about getting some creature tokens onto the board and maybe casting this back from the grave later on with like a Niv-Mizzet or something, right? So I think it's going to be pretty solid. Also, the fishies can't be blocked, so that'll be good to help us flip the battle sieges when it comes time, right? Swing on into those. And the other side of Invasion of Tolvada, I always forget to go over this. If we do flip this, it flips into an enchantment, the Broken Sky. Creature tokens you control get +1/+0 and have lifelink. Okay. Beginning of your end step, you create a 1/1 white and black spirit creature token with flying. So those will, I mean, this will buff up the exotic pets, right? So yeah, that seems pretty cool. Legions to Ashes is our other piece of removal, right? Outside of Invasion of Ravnica. So it's a 3 mana sorcery speed. Remember, it's sorcery. I'm reminding myself that realistically here. So it has Orzhov colors up there. Exile target non-land permanent and opponent controls, and all tokens that player controls with the same name as that permanent. So I don't know how often it's going to like exile all the tokens with the same name. I mean, I guess we'll see, right? But just hitting a non-land permanent seems really powerful. Since it's exactly 2 colors, we can always cast it back with the Niv-Mizzet too, so. Okay, guys. Wow, is that everything? No, it's not, actually. We got a couple Teferi who slows the sunsets. This is going to be great in here, man. I love Teferi who slows the sunset. So it's a 4 mana, 4 well, unless I'm playing against it, right? When I'm playing with it, I love it. 4 mana, 4 loyalty, legendary planeswalker. It's got a +1 here. You choose up to 1 target artifact, target creature, and up to 1 target land. Untap the chosen permanents you control, and then you tap the chosen permanents you don't control, and then you gain 2 life. Yeah, all the life gain in here is going to be excellent. It's got a -2. Look at the top 3 cards of your library, put 1 of them into your hand and the rest on the bottom of your library in a random order. It also has a -7 here, which I'm not too concerned about for this build. So you get an emblem with untap all permanents you control during each opponent's untap step, and you draw cards during each opponent's draw step. That could be good, but I'm not concerned about it. We're really looking at this for that +1 ability, and it works well with Celestus and the Honored Heirloom as well. So yeah, I like it. Got a couple Ertai Resurrected here. We do see Ertai enough for me to not go over it, but it's kind of our only counter spell in the deck. We'll see how often that comes into play. I think the best thing to hit, like I brought up those Reanimator builds earlier. Yeah, stopping them from reanimating with a counterspell on Resurrected, or like I said, games go on a little bit longer, so maybe they just cast out Atraxa. That would be the best time to actually use this as a counterspell. Exactly 2 colors, and yeah. Now, Ertai is legendary, Niv-Mizzet is legendary, and Raff is legendary. Well, and all the Planeswalkers too. So I do have a single plaza of heroes over here in the mana base, rocking Abandoned Mire, Soaring City, Seat of the Empire, and a bunch of dual land that I promise I thought about for quite some time. So I actually, like, it looks like a mess. I don't think the mana base is going to hold us up at all, especially since we have some mana fixers with Celestus and Honored Heirloom too. We're really just splashing for the 5 colors for Niv-Mizzet. Outside of that, it's kind of just an Esper build, right? So, yeah, I think the mana is going to be totally fine. Got some honorable mentions over here, guys. At some point, I want to play with Investigator's Journal, and I thought about putting it in this build, but not this time around. Oh, it's a little scary not playing with board wipes, and I wanted to bring up Urza's Silex as a board wipe that we just don't see too often. Yeah, I think it would have been interesting. Also, instead of Honored Heirloom or the second Celestus, I thought about Relic of Legends. Yeah, I mean, we don't have too many legends in here, but you never know when that extra mana by tapping down your Raff or something could help you cast a Kaya. So maybe Relic of Legends should be in here instead, but I like Honored Heirloom, so. All right, guys, I did have a bunch of other honorable mentions, but I just got rid of them. There's like so much we could have done with this deck and so many different ways to put it together. Well, yeah, there was like 14 honorable mentions over here, so narrowing it down to the 3 that I wanted to talk about made more sense than going over all 14. Either way, guys, wow, this one took me a while to go over. Let's go ahead, take it into some ranked, and see how we do. All right, we'll see if we can get right into the first match here. In the meantime, what am I expecting from the build? I actually think it's, like, I put Jank in the title, but I actually think it's going to be decent sometimes, man. And why do I think this? Well, I ended up playing some accidental test matches because this is actually the second time I'm recording this video because I was muted the first time I recorded it, which is the first time I've ever done that. We do have 25 land in here, guys. We do have Raff open. We go first for some reason. Crap, dude. Sure. Let's try it. Let's try it. I think we'll see land. I think we'll be totally fine. Yeah, we better get the wastes down. Just in case we draw land for the next 6 turns in a row, then at least we can keep Soaring City as a as the channel ability. Oh, Abandoned Mire. Which one? Oh, I mean, I guess we want to get our 2-drop down. Yep, makes sense to me. Raff pairs pretty well with the exotic pets, but nothing else in the hand. This is a lot of top-end stuff, man, so... It's a potential mulligan, but sometimes, like, I mean, hey, we're here to test out the builds. So, some Golgari over there. Okay. Spot removal right away for the Raff. Poor Raff, dude. What did he do? He didn't even get to swing yet. Poor little buddy. They might keep it open too. They're thinking about doing it on their turn because we have blue in here. And so, yeah, like we could have the counter spell. I think that was a good decision from the opponent to go ahead and do it on their turn. Okay, well, at least we're seeing the mana we need for this top end when it comes time. Niv-Mizzet, we don't have the green source for yet. I'm not too concerned about that, though. I feel like Exotic Pets is underplayed, but I guess, like, what build does it go into? You know what I mean? Okay, cut down number 2 might be open in the opponent's hand, so we'll see if they hit a fishy. They do not hit a fishy. Well, that's nice of them at least, right? We have Abandoned Mire open. We want to do that. Yeah, man, I kept a hand with a lot of expensive stuff, and I don't mind seeing all this land that we've been seeing off the top. Abandoned Mire could be cool. We could get Raff back or try to find something else. I think we're just going to start with a swing. We're probably up against a fight rigging build, right? Golgari fight rigging? Or maybe it's just Golgari fight, right? The one that runs the 4-drop, which they could totally get onto the board here. I think keeping this mana open should be pretty scary for the opponent. Yeah, they're the 4-drop Phyrexian I can't think of the name of right now. Phyrexian Arena? Okay. They still have 2 mana open if they want to drop like a second Scrap Gorger. I almost said Flesh Gorger. There's a lot of Gorgers floating about in Standard, man. What's up with that? Tenacious Underdog. So they get the Exile on the Scrap Gorger. So I wonder if we do Abandoned Mire on the stack here. And then if we don't hit something, we'll grab the Raff before it gets exiled. Oh, did I just see Celestus? Oh, you can't grab Celestus with the... Celestus would have been good. And there's our green source. Crap. That's not good. That's not good. Okay, Ravnica hits a lot. Fishies can't be blocked anyways. The Exile's really good on Underdog, but I wonder if we take care of the Arena before they start drawing with it. What do we want, guys? Like, what do I want? I guess Arena's a good target. Stop the extra draw. Because we're not in danger yet. Okay. Okay, I think that's totally fine. And we'll swing at Invasion of Ravnica. And maybe flip it next turn with our fishies, man. That sounds really good. 5 mana on the board. Yeah, no green source for the Niv. Like I said, I'm just not too concerned. And you could see why. Like, if I didn't play Abandoned Mire, we would have had Celestus next. That could have been our green source. We have a few Spara's headquarters. Oh, guys, I didn't go over this in the when I was going over the deck, but if you guys ever want to see why I choose certain lands, just let me know in the comments. The overall consensus, I'm pretty sure, is no one really cares about how I put the mana bases together, which is totally fine, man. I understand. I might be putting a little too much trust in my mana base abilities, but still. Oh, wow, they did not want those fishies on the board, dude. What happened? Tail swipe, go for the throat. All right, swing it for 4. That's pretty good for the opponent. All we have is Raff next turn. Even if we see mana off the top, we don't have Kaya yet because it's 7 mana, so we're in a sticky situation. I would like to see... Wow, dude, the Exile really sucks for this deck. Because eventually bringing back the exotic pets with Niv-Mizzet would be really good. Okay, they swing. Ooh, exotic pets. Very nice, guys. Aw, the pets don't hit the board before the Raff ability. That makes me sad. Oh well. Yeah, if they didn't take out the fishies, we would be able to use Raff's ability. At least like one of the fishies, which is kind of insane. Oh. Instant speed, we should save it. Whenever you cast an instant or sorcery spell, you may tap 2 untapped creatures you control, which includes this. If you do draw a card, yeah. That's so easy to get an extra card from, man. If they didn't have double removal last time, we would have done that. For sure. Maybe found a 6th mana that turn off of the draw, too. Wow, are they flooding? Or... I guess not. They did play... Well, they might be flooding a little bit, honestly. Take the 3 down to 11. Okay. No blocks. If it was like another tail swipe, they would have done that before combat for more damage. Speaking of more damage, ow. And with exotic pets and Raff on the board, any instant speed card would be terrific off the top. Or sorcery, right? Ertai, okay. Well, it's not as cool. We also have the Raff ability here if we think they're gonna remove one of the fishies. Okay. Let's swing with fishies and see what happens. Because I'm gonna try to flip that invasion. And then like playing Ertai while the Guild Pack Paragon is on the board. Sounds really good, dude. It's a great way to keep our hand stocked. Maybe we even do it. Okay, so see, having the Raff ability open there means if that was a single piece of spot removal, we still could have flipped it by activating the Raff ability, which is really cool, man. I like that. Guild Pack Paragon slams onto the table. Now we just keep Ertai open for their turn. And stock up our hand with the Paragon. Nice, yeah, I like this. Yeah, Paragon grabs you. Reveal a card that's exactly 2 colors from among them. Is that worth a counter? Probably not. Because we could always just destroy it instead. And they might have something in hand that we want to counter instead. Yeah. That makes more sense. I feel like they're not seeing too much, unfortunately. They didn't see... So it is Golgari fight. I'm probably going to take care of Scrap Forger. Either way, I'm playing the Ertai. We could also hit like one of our fishies to draw. Ooh, Invasion of Tolvada. Legions to Ashes. Oh my. What do I want here, man? I like the exotic pets too, honestly. I do. Invasion of Tolvada makes more sense. No, I'm gonna grab the exotic pets. Get some more fishies rolling onto this board, man. And maybe we do pop one of our own things, but... Because this gets them a draw. Whereas we could draw off of it instead. I'm going for it. Let's do this. I don't know if I've ever used Ertai like this before. Its controller draws a card, so... We're going to be playing more fishies next turn. Like, just restocking our hand. Keeping, like, card advantage could be huge. Legions to Ashes. Nice. Okay. Invasion of Ravnica. Oh, buddy. Okay. Do we just do that instead? Or restock our hand while Paragon's on? Or just take out one of the underdogs so we can... Wow. What's up with all the options, dude? I'm actually going to go Legions. This exiles one of the underdogs. Restock our hand with Paragon. Draw off of Raff, because why not? Faithful Mending's pretty good. Tainted Indulgence is probably better. No, I like the life gain on the Mending. And discarding more is totally fine. Ertai's good too, though. Oh, we don't have the mana for it. Oh, watch out for the auto-tapper with this deck, guys. Tap 2 untapped creatures. Sure. We'll keep Ertai to trade into the other underdog or something. Yeah. See, we don't have any white source open now. Darn it. Well, I planned on playing more this turn, but there goes that, I suppose. We start swinging. Yeah, be very careful with the auto-tapper. I don't think the opponent's going to have any amount of lethal damage next turn, so... Oil counter. Yeah, the exile sucks, but I'm not too concerned about it. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. We're close to the Kaya, too, so hopefully the opponent starts seeing more. I mean, they saw stuff. Like, the Phyrexian Arena was definitely the exile earlier, dude. They would have seen so much more. Like, how many turns has it actually been since they played this? Like, 4? They would have, like, 4 extra cards in their hand. Yeah, this was definitely the hit for the invasion earlier. Okay. Ertai Resurrected is our blocker for the turn. Hopefully. They could easily find a fight spell for this. Still no green source for Niv-Mizzet. Ever since I used the Abandoned Mire, we got rid of our green sources. Cut down. Okay. Well, they could swing for 6. Hopefully they don't have something in their hand that does even more damage. Like, swing with Flesh Gorger, they'll get the 3rd oil on it. Well, I guess they want to keep an extra, either a mana back or a blocker back. Whenever it becomes tapped, exile target card from a graveyard, put an oil counter. Yeah. So that would have been an extra 3 damage there, too. Okay, Invasion of Tolvada, man. If only I didn't use the auto tapper last turn, we could have discarded Niv-Mizzet successfully, or Kaya for that matter, right? Let's go. Let's start with Faithful Mending and find a land. Also, the guild pack. Wow, and we get a draw too. Wow, I don't even... Oh, wow! It's all land. All 6. 6 land on top. What on earth, dude? That would not happen that often. That's crazy. Okay, well, I guess I will keep the pack. Oh, there's a land. Okay. So we have 5 mana. See if we get a better land. Legions to Ashes is great. Oh, Plaza of Heroes finally. So we can ditch this, and we'll ditch the Kaya. I guess that's a great card for them to hit with the Scrap Gorger, though, huh? Maybe I just bring back Kaya this turn. Oh, they can do that right away. Actually, as soon as I target the Kaya, they can use this to exile it. So that kind of sucks. Okay. They're still gonna... Alright, I'm just gonna go Niv-Mizzet then. That's pretty fun. They're still gonna exile Kaya regardless. Crap. Keeping that Scrap Gorger open worked out pretty nicely for them. Yay! How cool is that? Game 1, we actually have both cards that we built the deck around onto the table, man. We better hold back. We're at 6. I do think the opponent could find stuff that they need. Now, this Hexproof from Monocolored is going to slow them up pretty good, though. 14. We just have to make sure we're safe is the biggest thing here. Yeah, grab the Kaya. So if I should have ditched anything, it probably should have been Exotic Pets. That way the Kaya could still be in our hand and we could cast it out next turn, which would be really good, but we have a lot of things going for us here, so we'll see. No swings. Okay. Anything good that the invasion could hit? We can always recast the legions from here. We have Okay. We'll start with legions in hand, right? I'll get rid of Scrap Gorger. We'll see what we see on the pack. More pets. Oh, Teferi. That could be good. I like Teferi. Tap 2 untapped. You know what? Well, sure. Why not, man? Why not? Okay, let's jumpstart one of the legions and exile. Yeah, GG opponent. We had so much card advantage. I was waiting for the concede the last couple turns, especially after Niv-Mizzet dropped. That was good, man. We really showcased the deck there. I do think, let's see, 4, 5, 6, 7 land on the opponent's board, but we were going for quite a few turns. It's a lot of spot removal here. We exiled 3 of their cards. I'll tell you what, dude, getting rid of that Phyrexian Arena probably won us the game early on there. Because they would have been keeping up pace very nicely, and they didn't worry too much about their life total for that game. We weren't putting on too much pressure overall. GG, buddy, GG. Had they seen their main Phyrexian 4-drop, that I still can't remember the name of, we still had all the exile spells, which work really well against that card, right? Because we don't have to do damage to it, we just exile. So I think we were honestly going to be favored there, regardless of what they saw. Wow, we go first again? What on earth, dude? You know what? Let's try it. You can't be more satisfied with the first game than when you actually get all of your combo pieces onto the board and whatnot, so the rest of the matches can go however they want, man. Alright, well, it's a lot of pain land, but necessary for doing stuff early on that we really don't have in hand right now. At least the pets is for next turn. Oh, Selesnya Toxic. Well, it's a good thing this hits the board. They're going to get the Toxic Ball rolling here regardless, though. Or keep Skrelv for the Rot Priest protection. But the good thing is Invasion of Ravnica is colorless, so... Okay, Exotic Pets could be a good surprise. Raff is not a bad draw, as we saw in the last game. Raff does a thing sometimes. At this point, they just think we're rocking some control for sure. I mean, it kind of is a control deck, isn't it? Kinda, sorta. We don't have board wipes, but still. Slaughter Singer. Nice. Only buffs the attack, though, right? No, it's +1/+1. Oh, crap. Well, let's see what they do. So that saves... Okay. Well, we're still going to do this. Do we double block Skrelv? That's a good... It's 3 mana to remove one drop creature, but Skrelv could be a big pain. 2 poison. You know what? I'm gonna just take the poison, man. We should have just played the fishies at the end, but ooh, Kaya, okay. Yeah, that's a lot of top end. Last turn ramp off of like Celestus or something would have been the best case scenario for us. Alright, we'll get Raff down. This is not a great blocker, especially if they cast another Slaughter Singer. This could be a big problem, dude. We better keep some chump blockers back. It's not a great hand. It really, really isn't. At least we have Invasion of Ravnica next turn to try to take out the Rot Priest, but it could be so simple, man. We know that Selesnya Toxic runs a bunch of protection for their creatures. They offer the double block on the Singer. I'm going to try my best to take that double block. Hopefully it lands, but like I said, a lot of protection for creatures in Selesnya Toxic. Oh no, guys, we're already 31 minutes in. Crap, dude, I want to play more matches with this. Cameo safekeeping. Okay, 3 poison, 5 poison at the end here. 1 fishy dead. At least we're not taking the 2 poison from the Singer, and it was definitely worth the attempt, I would say. Because if it was like... I guess it was pretty risky. Tyvar's stand would have been really bad. They don't have Skrelv protection open anyways, and they tapped... Okay, they probably don't have any protection here, any hexproof protection, so let's get rid of the Rot Priest. As big of a pain as Slaughter Singer is right now, Rot Priest is definitely the one to hit, I would say. Oh, Slaughter Singer is actually 2 colors. They still had a white mana for a Loren's Escape. Crap, dude. I was gonna say, like, Safekeeping and Tyvar's stand isn't open, but they still had a Loren's Escape. Oh, this is the opponent's guys for sure. That's rough, man. We don't see the escape too often in Selesnya Toxic, but I don't blame the opponent one bit for playing it, so... GG, I think we actually lost this turn, huh? No, we didn't. Oh, next turn, though. See, this is... Wait. Yeah, no, we... Oh! I was gonna say, if they went... If they tapped Skrelv and activated that on Singer, the Singer would get the extra Toxic from the Skrelv ability, and then they could have called blue to let the 3 go through, so technically we could have lost last turn, but we'll play it out, huh? Let's just hit the Annex Sentry to get the Raff back then. Drop the GGs as here comes the full swing. Oh, there's Singer number 2. Good game, opponent. What this lets us do, luckily, is hop right into another match, which is awesome. I have anything for Toxic here? There, they dropped the GG. I'll just drop them another GG. I was looking for an emote to do here, but we'll block the Slaughter Singer. That is fine. Yeah, that Loren's Escape was great. I don't think... Even if they didn't have the Loren's Escape, that would have been really, really tough, man. Like, look at that board state. That would have been really, really tough. So like I was saying earlier, guys, I tried recording this deck for earlier in the week, and I was muted. It took me maybe 30 minutes into the video to realize that I was muted, and I must have just accidentally hit the mute button at some point. It's the first time I've ever done that, but it felt really, really bad, especially when I think I went over the deck really well that time too. The test matches that I got into weren't anything to write home about, luckily, so like that first game that we actually got here today was a much better showcase of what the deck is supposed to be doing. Ah, Raffine's Tower. Nice. Good draw. All right. We actually don't have Faithful Mending on 2 here because of all the tapped land, so that's a little silly. We do, however, have Tainted Indulgence if we go... I'm going to keep the Abandoned Mire. Get the Wastes down. Even though it's an extra damage, I think that's totally fine. 3 mana from the opponent. All right, let's see that counterspell. We're going for it. Draw 2, discard. Raffine's Tower. Underground River. It's a lot of land, man. Raffine's Tower's tapped land, but it's not terrible to keep in hand. I'm gonna ditch the Pain land here. It's totally fine. Oh, more land off the top. Oh my. We only have 25 in here, so... Alright, start getting this down. Maybe Honored Heirloom hits the table, which is our red source for Niv. This would be a good counter for the opponent, though, huh? Siphon Insight. Okay. That's not a counter spell, guys. That's huge for us. Although they could still have a Spell Pierce. But we've been seeing a lot less Spell Pierce without Invoke Despair in the format, so... Nice. Niv-Mizzet might come down turn 4 here, which could be huge. They're gonna pass, aren't they? Oh, no. 4 open and a pass? Well, they're looking at the Honored Heirloom. No, it's a pass. Gross. Yeah, Niv-Mizzet's not gonna land, guys. There's no way. We could try Faithful Mending. Actually, if Niv-Mizzet doesn't land, we do have ways to bring him back, and we still have 2 more in the deck too, so that's 4 cards total to help us potentially see Niv. It's worth the risk, right? Because it might just be spot removal in their hand. Let's do this, man. Like last turn, it wasn't anything for the heirloom, so... You never know sometimes. Oh, it lands. Tainted Indulgence has Jumpstart. That's so cool. All right. I can't think of... Wow. Wow. Well, that makes me sad. Sheoldred's Edict is a way to get around the Niv-Mizzet, unfortunately. I was going to say, I can't think of a great, like, removal spell that they could have used on Niv-Mizzet, but yeah, no, that'll do it. Tainted Indulgence, Faithful Mending. I'm gonna go Indulgence on our turn, see if we can find something to play, man. Like a Raff or something, I don't know. Allegiance to Ashes. If they actually played cards, then Allegiance to Ashes would be good. Alright, let's ditch the Wastes here. And we'll get the tower down successfully. And have Faithful Mending open. That's not bad. And a friendly reminder to myself, this is sorcery speed, so unfortunately Allegiance to Ashes is not open. Other than that, this seems like a solid piece of removal, man. We are gonna let that Siphon Insight happen. Wonder what they're grabbing from us. They got 2 of our cards from that Insight. 6 mana total. Jace, okay. We also have the Honored Heirloom open too, if they ended up discarding something important or something like that, you know? Okay, the Invasion of Ravnica could have been good. I guess, right? Alright, Faithful Mending. Probably ditch the island and 1 other card that we see here. Okay, Faithful Mending, island, sure, that's fine. At least they have flashback, so... And we got some utility land. Another Faithful... Well, we got all 4 Faithful Mendings, guys. I guess that's the thing. They kept 2 mana open. I'm going to try to get rid of this Jace. And we might want to play a land. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Maybe not, maybe not. Because if we see Kaya off the top, we'll be able to play into the 7th anyways. Honestly, Seat of the Empire isn't doing too much. More mana on the table, the better, probably. So we better get that down. That's a lot of Faithful Mending, man. This looks like it might be a longer match. Where's all the aggro that I was seeing, man? Would have been interesting to take this up against aggro. That should probably be concerning. Put 2 cards from your hand on the top of your library in any order. And this is the one that when it dies, you exile the top card. Target opponent loses life equal to its mana value. If it's an instant or sorcery card, you may cast it without paying its mana cost. Okay. Let's go for... We have a ton of mana open. I guess we'll go for Flashback since we have it available right now, right? Legions to Ashes does exile. That is huge for us, man. Plaza, we don't really need the Plaza, and I still like keeping the Abandoned Mire available for us, so... We can always... Yeah. I think that's fine. 1, 2, 3, 4. 4 mana open. They have 2 mana over there, so I'm pretty sure this lands. Legions to Ashes doing a lot today, man. These exiles are crazy. They have something? They might have something. Go for the throat. Nice, opponent. I wouldn't have thought of that. Crap. Well, let's see what they hit off the top here. We are at 22, so we probably don't die. Unless it's something insane. Breach the multiverse. Oh, no. Okay, whatever they end up targeting with Breach, we can hit with Honored Heirloom, right? I think it'll let... Wait, I'm going to hit full control just in case. I think it lets us. Then... Wait. Choose a creature or planeswalker card. So it doesn't say, like, target creature. So maybe we don't get... Yeah, we don't get to. On the stack there. Because of how the card was worded, I'm pretty sure. Well, crap, guys. The Legions to Ashes didn't even resolve yet, dude. Breach the multiverse on top. That is brutal stuff. Too bad I can't choose new targets. That would be cool. Alright, well, I'm going to keep the Wastes in hand to discard to the other Faithful Mending when it comes time. Did they hit a Kaya from us, guys? Oh, we lost this one, man. We definitely lost. Oh, that sucks. I feel like up against a deck like this, technically, it could have gone either way. A go for the throat play from the opponent was really good. Like, really, really good. They go +2. Okay. Alright, let's see what we see on Faithful Mending here. I can't imagine there's anything great that we can do. Raff. Yeah. We'll get rid of the Spara's headquarters and the Wastes here. The life gain is great, but Exotic Pets is good. Yeah, there was a lot of stuff that needed to happen this game. Niv-Mizzet Supreme. I'm guessing if we go Legions to Ashes, but yeah, Kaya has Hexproof, so that's probably going to do us in. Faithful Mending. I guess at this point, Abandoned Mire is time to say bye-bye. And maybe there's a small chance the Legions to Ashes actually lands on the... on this card. Yeah, it does not. Oh, man. Alright. Oh, they had the Make Disappear this time. So, well, that doesn't mean they still didn't have something to kill off their own creature anyways. But if I didn't get rid of the Abandoned Mire, I could have played it as a land, had 2 open for the Make Disappear. Brutal stuff, opponent. Oh my goodness, dude. Yeah, I think that could have all played out a little bit better for us. I would have loved to take this up against some aggro to see how much like the life gain and stuff would have come in handy. Do they have it? So like spot removal for their own card could wrap up this game immediately because we're only at 3. So hey, that's my card. You monster. They didn't even want to flip it either. They just went face. That's pretty funny. Wow, it's our turn again. They got rid of our Honored Heirloom, which was what the Niv-Mizzet would have used to actually play it out. But we might as well just go Faithful Mending, because we might find more removal. Either way, the... No, we gain life, huh? Hey, Kaya. Raff not doing too much here. Now we don't have the Ertai open either, though. I'm just going to ditch the Ertai then. And play the Headquarters. And then we have exotic pets available. Either way, we'll let them swing on in. Guys, always feel free to fast forward through the videos. We do got chapters at the bottom of the video and timestamps in the description as well. I tend to let the opponents play out their matches, especially if they have quests and whatnot, like attacking with creatures. Could you imagine getting that quest done with a deck like this? Good game, opponent. Good game. Wow, we saw a variety of decks, so that's good, at least, right? That first game was awesome, dude. I love that we got to just showcase what the deck was supposed to do, kept our hand nice and stocked and all that fun stuff, too, so that was pretty good. Let's go ahead and go over the deck again here, huh? The server is a little janky today, as there was just an update. Okay, let's see. Well, we could have drawn a little bit better. I think the mana base overall is completely fine, especially since we have Celestus and Honored Heirloom to help us mana fix a little bit. You're like constantly discarding lands with Tainted Indulgence and Faithful Mending too, so you're constantly filtering out. Legions to Ashes happen to be pretty good removal. Honestly, well, I mean, the main reason we chose removal like this is to make sure that we could cast it back with Niv-Mizzet too, so... I was going to say, honestly, I'm surprised we don't see this elsewhere, but it is sorcery speed, and that bottom ability with the tokens didn't come into play at all, but it could come into play. I don't know, this might be a card to keep your eye on. It seems like solid removal overall, but yeah, the main reason it's in here is to play off of Niv-Mizzet, which we did get to see today, which was awesome. Exotic pets with the Raff and all that fun stuff is really cool. Did we get to Teferi onto the board? No. But it still could have been a great one. Just having exactly 2 colors and working well and having us untap so we could have like an exotic pets open or something like that as well just seems really good. Or tap down the opponent's creatures for that matter, so that way we can successfully swing into some of our invasions as well. Could have been awesome. Kaya on the top end I was pretty reckless with overall. That early discard in the first game, not early discard, I guess it was a late game discard, but they were able to pick it up. They were able to exile it out, so I was really reckless with that. Otherwise, we would have seen Kaya today, and it would have been a good one. And then the opponent ended up playing Kaya, and you could see how much of a pain of a butt it is, because yeah, that hexproof is crazy. So if you've already controlled the opponent's board to the point where they're struggling to attack, then Kaya just wraps it up, dude, because they can't target it. You're keeping their creatures off the board, so they're having trouble attacking it, and then just every turn you can have them lose 3, gain 3, or just continuously, I mean, not continuously, but the -3, technically you can do 2 turns in a row after playing it, which could be pretty insane, man. Maybe the opponent did end up getting Atraxa down on the board. -3 the Atraxa, you get a little 1/1 Atraxa, and you get that Atraxa ability as well. And in here, you're hitting a lot, man, because we got battles, we got sorceries, we got instants, we got artifacts, we got creatures. Should Atraxa be in this deck, guys? Hold on just a minute. Okay, all right, consider Atraxa as a 1-of maybe. We do have reanimation on the Invasion of Tolvada. That being said, it is another 7-mana card. So what I would drop for it then is the Kaya. 1 Kaya. You keep 1 Kaya, and then you go up 1 Atraxa. I feel a little silly leaving this card out because, yeah, we do have... Well, I guess that's the reason, right? It's 4 colors. It's not exactly 2 colors. And the deck is called exactly 2-color Jank. So everything in here, like, let's take a look here real quick. Oh, the game is freezing. I apologize, guys. There we go. Oh, the game is really freezing. Okay, I guess I shouldn't be doing this. I've changed my mind. I don't want my computer to crash or something. Like I said, there was an update for Arena today, and it's been pretty janky. Either way, Raff, Exotic Pets, Legions, Teferi, Ertai, Invasion of Tolvada, and Kaya are all exactly 2 colors. Faithful Mending and Tainted Indulgence, all exactly 2 colors. That being said, dropping a Kaya going up in Atraxa isn't gonna like hurt that theme too much. Atraxa is still just really powerful. And yeah, we could totally cast it out. The mana cost is not an issue at all. Or reanimating it. And we have plenty of ways to discard it too. So it definitely feels a little silly not having Atraxa in here, not gonna lie. Either way, guys, hey, thanks for making it so far into the video. What on earth? What are you doing here, man? No, but for real, y'all are champions. I super duper appreciate you, and I will see you in the next video.